Am I the asshole? For not taking down our 12-foot skeleton because a neighbor's son is afraid of it? Okay, so we moved to this neighborhood back in April and have been making so many plans for Halloween decorations. I have always wanted the giant skeleton. If you aren't familiar, just search 12-foot skeleton and you'll find it. I finally ordered one. We put it up on September 1st because I was just too excited to wait. People on my street all laughed about it and the teens down the street came to take pictures with it. My next door neighbor is going to make stuff to go with it. Unfortunately, there's younger kids who are a few streets away who see it on their walk home from school and one of them cries and gets scared of it. So the mom approached me and asked if I could possibly take it down because it's a little too scary. Emo, it's not scary, it's silly. I don't like scary Halloween, I like silly Halloween. I don't even listen to true crime podcasts like every other basic girl these days. I wrote this drinking a PSL. It's me, I'm the basic girl. Stop getting your panties in a knot. I'm literally watching Gilmore Girls right now. The call is coming from inside the house. It is a joke about me being basic. True crime is literally one of the most popular, trendy things for young women right now. It's Taylor Swift, true crime, PSL. I like 2-3 of these things. Please blink if you understand the joke. Do you still not get it? Hi, I'm too much of a baby to like true crime. I cannot go fully basic. I am only part-time basic. Jesus Christ, tell me you get it now? I asked the mom if putting on a silly hat, a boa, silly shirt or something would work. She said no and asked again for me to take it down. I told her that I have wanted one of these forever and that I am not going to take it down. I suggested she find a different route to from the bus stop. She made a face and said, really? I said I spent $300 on this bad boy and I want to enjoy it. Not to sound too dramatic, but in this world on fire, something as stupid as a 12-foot skeleton brings me joy. Then she looked behind me and smirked and said that $300 shouldn't break the bank, but that judging by the house we bought, she should have realized money was an issue for us. Then she said, but it costs nothing to be kind to a little boy who is scared. I'm not particularly clever or quick, so I said okay, well, thanks for the suggestion and went back to eating. She stood there and then took a picture, presumably to blast me on social media or her mommy groups or whatever. Whenever she walks by she scowls doorbell cam and takes another picture. My husband agrees we don't need to take it down. There is no ho or anything. Her going down a different street would not even add more to her walk to get the kids. I think she is being unreasonable and playing up that whole corny mama bear thing. But am I the asshole? Not the asshole. It's true that it costs nothing to be kind to a little boy who is scared. But it also costs nothing to teach that child about how to deal with their fears and that the world doesn't cater to you. Honestly, I'd buy a second giant one next week. After a couple of days, have the giant skeletons hold hands. Then get a third one the week after, of a little skeleton. Then maybe a dog skeleton the week after that. And a cat skeleton being chased by the dog skeleton the week after that. ETA not the asshole. But it costs nothing to be kind to a little boy who is scared. Walk home a different way from school. Not the asshole, but do you have an additional $300 and have you seen the werewolf? Nada. If the kid gets scared from a plastic skeleton then that kid is definitely not old enough to be waking alone streets away to school. If they really want you to take it down, tell them that they can pay you for it and an extra cost for putting it up and taking it down. Not the asshole. This woman is crazy. Keep your skeleton up and dress it like her. That's a great way to motivate me to make my yard scarier. If the kids aren't crying, it isn't Halloween. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It's sweet that you offered to put a silly hat on to make it more friendly appearing to the boy. Nada. The world does revolve around her child. I am sick and tired of bad parents thinking everyone should cater to their child. If she was a good mom, she would her child. Teach him it is just plastic and will harm no one. She is failing her son. Why give up something you have always wanted on your own property that a bad parent wants removed? Those huge skeletons are hilarious. Not the asshole, you should buy another one and really piss her off. Lol, what? Seriously? Not the asshole in any way, fuck that neighbor and fuck that kid, rolling eyes face, the sheer audacity of some parents, ridiculous. Not the asshole, find another route from bus stop is the answer. Really? Yes, lady, really, as you don't get to decide on another person's decorations in their own yard, like ever. And yes, that is yours and mine final answer. I love Halloween too. Next time she confronts you, why don't you ask her if you can introduce the kid to the skeleton? Give him a name and a story to share and maybe he won't be so scary anymore. Not the asshole, your yard. Personally, I would put a huge zombie flanking it with a vampire leading the pack. Not the asshole if it was a direct neighbor and they saw it every single time they walked out the front door, and depending on the age of the kid I'd consider taking it down until closer to Halloween. However, considering she doesn't even live on the same street, fuck her. Heavily biased by my own relationships with my neighbors, I would have tried to find some compromise, or even offer to have the kid come over and help dress it up, because if I ever bought a 12-feet skeleton you but your ass, I'd be putting some sort of costume on it too to work through fears. But right here. Then she looked behind me and smirked and said that $300 shouldn't break the bank, but that judging by the house we bought, she should have realized money was an issue for us. Nope. She's done. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, I can see why younger kids would be afraid of it, but after the way that mom acted and insulted you for no reason, I'd definitely leave it up. What's she gonna do, protect him his entire life? Not the asshole, the world is not going to change every time the kid gets scared. It is your house, your yard, your decision. Not the asshole, but she is. Enjoy your skelly. She has time to demean you, take pics, make smirks, she needs new hobby. If a neighbor comments to you based on her posts but sure to explain you offered clothing options and her targeted rude comments, she has a wonderful opportunity to walk her kid through desensitizing an experience, like show how these images are just air and a sock, etc. Deconstructing scary things with facts is incredibly, kid is missing out. Not the asshole. We have one. We live on a school street with a lot of kids walking around. One kid is scared, so we just told him to give Scrimp the skeleton a new silly name. If anyone asked me to take him down, I'd probably laugh and ask where they bought the audacity. Not the asshole. Make the skeleton give her the middle finger next time she's set to go by. Have her pay you $300 for you to take it down and let her have it. Then go get a new skeleton for $300. Malicious compliance, you took the skeleton she disliked down. Honest question, do you live in Southeast Virginia? A house a few streets away put up a giant skeleton a couple of weeks ago, and the next door app and local FB pages are divided on it. I personally love it. Not the asshole. Mama Bear isn't doing her kid any favors by this, because she's not showing him how to address and manage his fears. Putting a feather boa or something silly on it was a great idea. She could have walked him past it each day and laughed at the silly skeleton. By making an enormous fuss, she's effectively telling her son that there's something here to really, truly be afraid of. Legit, there's a family in the area with two like 20-feet skeletons on the lawn, in front of like 15 actual school desks. Where did they even get these? At which 15 child skeletons sit, some asleep, some with hands raised, etc. They bought one like 2 Halloweens ago and have been escalating for every event they can think of an idea for ever since. It's amazing. Not the asshole. Go big or go home. The neighborhood loves it.